Okay, today we're going to make a stir-fried broccoli and cauliflower dish. And what we have here is just cauliflower. As you can see, what we like to do is to cut the stem a little bit thinner. So this is why it curls. So you don't want the stem to be too thick. You just cut it in half, and then it will fry a little bit quicker. And then, so we've cut up all these cauliflower as well, and the broccoli. And then just for color, we've just added in some thinly sliced carrots as well. And then what you want to do is, at the end, if you want the broccoli to be a little bit green in color, you don't want to use too much oyster sauce. What you want to do is to drop a little bit of salt just to keep the color a little bit green. And of course, we need oyster sauce and we need white pepper. Over here, we have garlic oil, but you can also use oil and garlic, so it really is up to you. And over here, just to thicken the sauce a little bit at the end, we put some corn flour, and we'll mix that later. So I will show you the process now. We put in the garlic and the garlic oil. So stir fry the garlic oil, and then what you want to do is put the salt in right now. And then, like I said, this is the technique that will help to keep the vegetables green. And then you throw in all your vegetables to be fried. So it has been about, I would say, 3 minutes. This is definitely not ready. So you wait until about 5 minutes, I would say. The cooking would be a little bit crunchy, on the crunchy side. And then if you want it really super soft, I would cook it up to about 7 or 8 minutes. If you want to speed up the cooking, you could actually, instead of just pure frying, you can actually steam it. It can actually be a little bit faster. And the way that you steam it is just to basically cover it so that the water can cook the vegetables a little bit better. So usually with broccoli alone, we will leave the lid open. We will just fry it. But with cauliflower, if you add cauliflower, it's actually really, really hard to cook. So what we tend to do is you either put in the cauliflower a little bit earlier, cook it a little bit longer, or you use the steaming technique. So you just make sure that you stir in all the flour until it is mixed in. Don't leave these little clumps, otherwise you will be eating the little clumps. So as you can see, after the steaming, the white cauliflower has really softened a lot. So this is the time to throw in the oyster sauce. And it has been about 5 minutes. So this is where my kids like it, a little bit more crunchy. And like I said, if you want it to put a little bit longer because you like your vegetables soft, or you're cooking for the elderly or very young children, then yeah, definitely leave it in a little bit longer. So here we put in some oyster sauce. So depending on how salty you like it, you can put in a little bit more. But like I said, you know, my 5-year-old kids are having this, but they like it crunchy. And finally, add your solution. So the corn flour will start to make everything a little bit thicker. And then it'll also make your vegetables a bit shiny. And one more last thing that we like to put is your white pepper.